Hi friends, today in this video let's cover given stories and meta tags. Coming to given stories, suppose if I want to run a story with multiple scenarios. Okay, if there are scenarios which are repeating in multiple stories, it is just a repetition of the scenarios that's happening and the stories are getting longer and maintaining the stories will become a problem. In future, if there is some small change in a scenario and it has been available in multiple stories, then we have to go and change each and every story file with the changes. So instead of that, we can actually put all the common scenarios into one story file, okay, and we can run them using given stories as a precondition to the story file. Okay, so for my first story file to execute, I want my pre-story to be executed. Okay, so these scenarios should execute first for each of my say these are repetitive scenarios, so I want to execute them first. So what I have to do, I have to just say given stories my pre-story dot story. You just call this story. Okay, so this story steps will get executed first and then the execution of the current story steps will start. Now in my test.ng file I am just calling my first story. Okay, let's go and see. It starts with I want to book a flight ticket. Okay, and it will run for 3 iterations. Okay, let me execute this. Let's see which will be the first step for us. Okay, so if I go and see my console, I'm running the story. Okay, but given stories is my pre-story. So first my pre-story dot story is getting executed. See here, scenario book ticket when logged on. Okay, scenario don't book ticket when logged on. These scenarios got executed first. Okay, and then you can see my first story got executed with each example values for 3 iterations. Okay, so that's it about given stories. We can use it as a precondition in order to write the scenarios which are common for multiple stories. Okay, and coming to meta, you can actually define tags with @key space value. Okay, so here transport is taken as a key and airways is taken as a value. Okay, so I just want we can actually parameterize meta tags. Okay, let's see. I have parameterized the values in the first step. Okay, you go here, you have to just use the name. You have to just use named annotation and then give the meta tag ID. Okay, and that will be passed into this variable and you can use the variable inside the method. Okay, that's how meta parameterization takes place. Okay, let's go and see. In this scenario I want to book a flight ticket. So my first step should be I prefer airways and then flight ticket. Okay, execute this. So if I come to the original execution of the story, see, the first line is I prefer airways, then you are getting flight ticket. This airways where you are getting, it is getting parameterized from the meta tag, that is the transport. Okay, so this is how meta parameterization works.